Well, we made it to Lowe's. So I went down to Walmart to pick up some more oil for the next oil change because we put about 85 miles on it when, without any clutch problems. But it was getting a little weird coming into Walmart, and now leaving Walmart, it's slipping pretty bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if the clutch needs adjusted at all. And then if so, then I'll adjust it. But if not, then we're gonna make it as far as we can until we gotta get a tow. So, but we'll see if we can't just adjust it first. Yeah, this stuff's in there, man. Whenever you can, I recommend breaking down in a Lowe's or somewhere with tools, If you're gonna do it right, I'm gonna tighten these that tight. Come on. This sucks. It's fine. Gotta get my oven mitts. It's a hot one. I'm hoping we can just adjust it, but it's feeling slippy. So I don't know. We'll see. I forgot this was a Stars wrench, a Torx wrench, and threw my Allen set in there, but I didn't throw my Torx in there. Brand new screwdriver. Wrench here. This half here. Let's see if that helps to get us home. If not, I guess we got old AAA. Okay, well, adjusted the clutch down there. It seemed like maybe it was a little off, but I'm just being paranoid maybe. We got 20 miles to go. Let's see if we can make it 20 miles. I'm gonna ride it around the parking lot here, and if it's looking like it's gonna be weird, then right down the street's at Jamba Juice, and if I'm gonna wait for a tow truck, it's gonna be at Jamba. So let's do the thing. Okay. Something kind of exciting happened to me. Oop, let me move this. I know this isn't exciting for anybody else. Look at me, I'm a hyper. But we got clutch slippage. Let me tell you the miles. $56 plus 46. What is that? 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 102, and 102 miles. We got it about at 80. And it started slipping. I went to Walmart to get more oil because this weekend I was going to do the next clutch cleaning, whatever, because I was like, well, we're getting near 100. But it felt a little weird coming in, and leaving Walmart, I was like, oh man, we're barely making it. And I got all the way to the Lowe's there. And you'll see I have some video of me taking it off and adjusting the clutch. And at first I adjusted in, but then I had to adjust it out. But I adjusted the clutch out to where, and you can see it goes about, let me show you, about halfway in. So I adjusted the clutch way out to get some traction, and I didn't think we were going to make it home. It was close. It was a fun one. And when you're trying to do this kind of thing, and then everybody's just like driving, like they just were all doing 25 miles an hour, And I was like, oh my God, just let me get home. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go, let's go. And it was fine, we made it. So I'm excited. And the reason I'm excited is because that was the first time I've had a slipping clutch. I've had a lot of motorcycles and none of the clutches have ever slipped before. So I'm fairly excited about it because that means we get to tear it apart again, which is what I enjoy doing. So what that means is I was only there for the last two clutch cleanings with Jamie. So we pulled off the clutch and then we pulled off the cover and we were just putting new clutches on there. And this one was the last new clutch we put on there. So then that's when we were going to experiment with cleaning it. So so I was wondering, I was like, man, is like 5, was 6 the number, you know? Like, because I don't remember when it started slipping in the beginning. I don't remember if it was slipping right away. But apparently, you know, I mean, we're still getting it. And I'm going to look at a couple things. I was thinking about it. So, one, we're going to do it out, we're going to clean it again, but I'm going to inspect the slave cylinder, or the slave thingy, and see if maybe that's leaking or something. Maybe I'm getting a little .5 in there. I'm not sure that'll do anything, but let's check it out. Maybe that is, because maybe we don't just have one issue, maybe we have a couple. But I was glad to see it happen because this is the kind of thing that I need from my experience, so I can be better at this bike. Because at some point, you know, I love working on these bikes and I want to keep them on the road. And you know, there's a lot of great people out there to help, and I you know, like paying them for their help. But it makes me feel good, you know. It's my job. I don't get a lot of accomplishment. That's why I'm so excited, because this gives me something to do. I love tearing into stuff. I love breaking into this stuff. And so I'm going to give it, I've got 4 more oil filters. So we're going to do this 4 more times. And if it still slips, you know, after the 4th one, which I have a feeling it will, because it seems pretty consistent, we're going to do the fun part. What you know that is. And so I can't wait for that. Because this bike is so beautiful. It's such a great bike. It deserves to be on the road. And we'll get it there come hell or high water. I promise you. Maybe if hell and high water happen, listen, I'm only so good. I'm not even good. I'm just adventurous, I guess. So let's call it for tonight. I'm gonna let it cool down. I was thinking about pulling the oil, but I'm too hyper right now and I'm gonna make a mistake. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna calm down. Tomorrow, we're gonna do it again. And now that I know what it feels like, I know it's going. I was able to duplicate the problem. Yeah, let's solve this bitch. Wait, that wasn't a good one. Ready? Keep that other one in there. I want to see the thing, but watch. Let's solve this bitch. Yeah, that wasn't very good either. Hey, I like that sound. Let's solve this bitch. Whatever. You got it.
$2,000 later.
Okay, we're gonna try again, and I've got an idea. What we're gonna do is we're gonna ride the Deadwood for a little bit till the clutch starts slipping, and then we are going to see if there's any built-up pressure in the situation. So I'm gonna take this cover off real quick so I can just bleed it. See if I can bleed it on the side of the road if I have to. Because right now, it's only doing it when it's hot, like hot. And there's no sign of slipping. The clutch grabs exactly where it needs to right away. So only when it gets hot, it doesn't start slipping. So after 6 changes and nothing happens and everything kind of happens the same way, I want to explore a different avenue. So, let's get to it. Check this out, y'all. I'll explain that when I get back. Whew, it is hot. So we're back at it. I know I got a little excited last time, so I had to go stop and think, but I was thinking. And as dangerous as that is, I did it anyway. And so what happened was, I came outside and I bled the clutch system again, and everything went back to normal. I didn't do anything else, so I went and rode it around again. It got warm, started slipping. Let it cool down the next day. Went and took it for another drive. Felt great. After about 10 miles or so, started slipping. So then what I did was I pulled over, pressurized the system, went and grabbed the nipple, and it just shot out. And then went back to normal. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it's 2 things. Because we've done 6 total oil changes on this thing. And we haven't fixed the problem yet, so I wanted to explore a different option. And so I did that, and it's actually been running okay. So what we're going to do now is I got the rebuild kit for the slave cylinder. And so we're going to do the oil change. But this time, I still haven't decided if I'm going to clean the clutch or not, the clutch packs, because I kind of don't think we have to. I think that's okay, but I might do it just first. You know what I'm saying? I got to pull it off anyway. A couple more retaining clips and a bolt and whatever, right? So I probably will. The reason I don't want to is because if this is the problem, if this is the fix, then I want to show that this was the fix, right? But also, while I'm there, I might as well do it, one more time. But so I haven't quite decided yet. I'll probably decide in the moment. But so first, what we're going to do is we're going to drain this oil, get everything uncovered again, and kind of work in and out of the garage right now because it is really hot. But I'm excited, so I want to do this. So okay. Enough talking. I'm going to drain the oil, and then we are going to... That was a weird noise. Sometimes turkeys walk in here. So I thought it was a turkey. Anyway, let's get started with that. The other thing we're going to do is I brought some new isolators for the clamps up here. So we can get those done. And then I also want to check I'm not sure if this has the tune or not, the updated tune, because this does die, kind of like, it would if it, didn't have the tune. So, depends on how far we get today. We may take the rear wheel off and see if we can't find some writing on there. If not, get it tuned. sweet slave cylinder kit here. Picked up from EH Parts. And just kind of keep them right there-ish. I'll just kind of replace them as we go. And I took out the bleeder screw so we can give it a blow through. But let's do the big one because it's the easiest, right? Not super beat up. It's not great looking, huh? Yeah. Because what I'm worried about is that there's air getting in the system and causing it to pressurize. And then that's what's causing the clutch to slip. You know? Because if it was still the chemical problem, then you should be it shouldn't be fixed by bleeding it, so. Try not to block the view or the light for y'all. Medium one there. And I've never done this before, so yeah. Just kind of winging it. It's definitely one of those things where I'm sure there's a trick to it, but that seemed to go in there, so. Okay, and that was the medium hard one. No, not too bad. Now let's do this, yeah, came out pretty smooth there. They don't look awful, do they? But you never know. I don't want to replace the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, they feel a little stiffer, but let's see if that means anything. I'm worried, too, that might be the master cylinder, but I figured we'd try with this one because it's cheaper. And I'm sitting here lubricating them with oil. I wonder if I should be lubricating them with the top 5. See, there you go. Okay, that's in there. And I got the hard one. Now we're all the way to extra hard. This one I messed up, I think. Just now, so. I have a feeling this one's going to be fun. In my family, we get this thing called an intention trimmer. And so you don't shake unless you're going to do something, you know? Which is really, weird concept. You know, if you're just sitting there, you're not shaking, but you got to do something. That wasn't too bad, huh? don't know, what do you think, guys? Well, there we go. Let's fire up the compressor and blow this thing out. So there's that. Let's go reinstall it, huh? I stopped on the side of the road. It's a little dangerous here. Parked on this corner. But I used to live up here in Julian, and I really liked it. And one of my favorite things is all these wild blackberries. So let's get a couple blackberries. Hit the road. I know. Gotta kind of feed them in the weird way. You just gotta watch out because the poison oak likes to grow here too. See you back on the road. So we'll start with an update. I'm not sure where I left off video-wise. But, so I've put about 100 miles on it since we did the slave cylinder rebuild. And I adjusted the clutch to where it was just, I mean, barely almost not touching the snap ring when you'd pull it all the way in, right? So when I did that, I did it that way so if it swole up, or, well, if it, you know, if there was air in there or something where it expanded, I wouldn't be able to pull this thing all the way back. And so about 60 miles into my trip, the first 60-mile trip I did, it got to where I could pull it almost all the way back, but about maybe a quarter of an inch. Keep it from touching. So I bled it again when it was hot. And so bled it again, pushing and pulling with my syringe. And then I went on the next day, let it cool down. The next day went on another 60-mile trip, and the same one. And by the time I got back, it was maybe 1/8 of an inch. So it is getting better. No slippage, by the way. So I think, like I said, I think it was two things. I think maybe the clutch was kind of a problem, and then the Lucas or whatever the hell he put in there threw it over the top. And then taking it apart, putting it together, taking it apart, putting it back together, damaged it to a place where it couldn't come back from this time. Because it was just really weird to me that would happen almost exactly at the same miles. So anyway, I really do think we're dialing it down because we've gotten 120 miles on it so far. No slippage whatsoever, no problems whatsoever, clutch-wise. So yeah, I think we're on the right track with that. So while we're doing that, the other thing is it does die quite a bit. Kind of like my bike Oddball did before I got the Super Tune. So, and I think whoever did the upgrades on this, or when they did the upgrades on this, they did it fairly early on. So maybe this was before the Super Tune, maybe he didn't want it, I don't know. Maybe he got it and just didn't put it on the list on the registry. because he got just about everything else done. So we're going to take off the rear wheel and we're going to look at that. But first we're going to start with the isolators. Get the easy stuff. I know I said it. Now it's not going to be easy. Let's get that stuff done and over with. And then we'll remove the wheel, remove the cover, and see if we can visually see anything that would indicate that it had the tune. Like I said, from what I understand, when Jamie would do the tune, he would put a number on there. So if it's got two different numbers on there, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Isolators. Let's do isolators.